So have you been excited for Transformers 1? I know I certainly was. I've seen it by now, but when I recorded this review, it was before I had seen it. So no worries, no spoilers. But as soon as I saw the character model for Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime, it got me to thinking all the way back to Transformers Animated, and this guy, this version of Sentinel Prime, Animated Sentinel Prime, he's going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby! Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And this is Animated Sentinel Prime. And he's an interesting character. Bit of a jerk on the show. But I've never had the opportunity to look at his bot form before in plastic. This is on loan to me by a good friend of the channel, Maximal10. But the Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime really put me in the mind of this guy. And it really got me thinking, hey, it'd be fun to go back in time a little bit and look at him. So that's what we're going to do. Without any further ado, let's head over to the table and take a closer look at him. I'm not going to lie. Ever since Transformers 1 was announced and we saw Sentinel Prime with, you know, kind of his mixes of brownie oranges and blues, I thought about two things. One, the version that was retconned in G1 that would share those colors. But more than that, I've really been thinking about Animated Sentinel Prime. I'll be very intrigued to see, as of this recording, the sort of personality that the Transformers 1 version of Sentinel Prime has compared to the animated, because the animated lad was quite the only way to say it is to say he was a jerk. And he was, very much so. But again, the coloration and whatnot, got my mind thinking. I don't have a box. This is on loan to me by friend of the channel Maximal10, but this guy did come with, that's right, his bio sheet, and it basically says that he's a stickler for the roles and he doesn't like how Optimus, you know, leads. And anyway, they're oil and water. On the other side, we have the instructions. They're actually really, really effective. Bro has a shield in Allspark blue. I do like the darker blue in the middle of it though. The handle is here, and there's a circular slot here for his lance. And that circular slot allows the lance to go slotted in there. And why would we do that? Well, that's simple. It's what allows the accessory storage. I think that this looks really gaudy, but okay. We take that out. This handle is like notched in such a way that it fits into a little slot right there. Okay, so with all of that done, let's do the transformation of this guy and talk about his scores. Now this is fairly simplistic, so it shouldn't take us too long. We pick these pieces up. By the way, I love that there's a windshield here and then a windshield covering it here. I mean, nowadays, they would be like, oh, let's just make this translucent and then we'll leave all of this hollow. Like, I'm glad that they put this here just to give it the like solidity that I think the dude needs. Okay, so we got that moved back. That's definitely the easiest, I guess, part of this guy. Where do I want to begin next? I guess we'll probably go with the arms next and try and get those off. They notch in up here, and we take out that armature, and we take out that armature. So now the arms, they're all the way out, all the way down. At this point, we should be able to now extend the legs and split them and stand our guy up. I'm going to readjust the camera. Alright, so now that we've got that done, we can bring the head up, and I love these shoulders. The whole armature goes up and in, and then the shoulder tire and axle, I guess, goes up and becomes his shoulder and solidifies in there. And then that gives us an arm. Over here we do the same thing. We bring it up, we solidify the whole thing in, and it gives us an arm. And while I personally like him like this, hold on, I gotta get him solidified to stand there. That's technically not the end of the transformation. We have to come here and split this and then straighten that out and bring it out over, straighten that out and bring it out over, and basically, boom, in the end, this is what we have. And in the end, yes, here we have Animated Sentinel Prime in his robot mode, and I suppose it's only right that we put that there and that there. I don't like how this guy is balanced, honestly. Oh man. Okay, so the transformation, I think it's pretty darn good. I'm gonna give the transformation a solid, I don't know, let's say a 9. It's pretty darn good. Let's do scores for the guy. So the feet should be black with a little bit of gray detailing on the top, though we have the gray detailing on the side. The legs should be all blue, the pelvis and hips, sorry, the hips black, the pelvis here, that should be blue, and it is, but it's a darker blue. The tummy should be blue. The gray here is correct, though we should, oh, we do have the yellow lights in there. We do have the Elite Guard logo on his chest, the blue on his chest. We're missing the orange around his neck, but the rest of the orange details and black outline and blue eyes and gray face and everything on the head is correct. These on the side with the tires, that's correct. The orange detailing on the outside of the arm, that's correct. The biceps being gray, that's correct. The lower arm should be blue on the outside with black on the inside, that's correct. Gosh, in terms of look, I'm going to say that this guy is a solid 9 again. I mean, just a couple of minor things, maybe even a 9.5. Let's say a 9.5, honestly. Just a couple of very minor things, but he's quite excellent in that regard. So we have, you know, a 9 and a 9.5. Guys like a 9.25 thus far. Let's do the articulation. I'm going to take these out so that we can do the full articulation, and then we can get out of here. One moment. Okay, so the head goes left, right, a little up and down. Not a lot, but a little. The arms are ratcheted. They go all the way around. Out to the side. I mean, very far. I love that. We have, I guess, a weird shoulder back here where it can go back. We have no bicep swivel that I can discern, but we do have a hinge to give him a 90-degree elbow. No waist, so no waist, no bicep swivel. Leg kick way forward, leg kick way back, knee to 90 degrees, maybe even like 92 degrees. Legs all the way out to the side. Toe and heel don't really move, and he does have a couple of minor stability issues in terms of standing. He was getting a 9.25. The articulation is mostly there. Bicep would be nice. Waist would be nice. I'm gonna say 7.25, and I'm gonna give him an overall score of an 8.25. It's a good Sentinel. Not perfect. Some things haven't aged as well as I'd like for them to, but he feels solid. He feels hefty. He does have a lot of dynamic posing ability, and he is absolute fun. He's well engineered without being over engineered. And honestly, an 8.25, that is absolutely positively not in any way, shape, or form a terrible score. I think, as a matter of fact, that it's quite fantastic. And here we are, and here he is. So decent articulation. I mean, yeah, a waist would be nice, you know. I mean, the head obviously can look back as you push it back. I wish it could look a little down. You know, the way this ball joint is for his bicep is strange, and if you work it enough, you can kind of get a sort of a faux bicep swivel, I guess. I do like the tire shoulders. I think that's cool. I think the transformation is fun. I think the look is great, and I think the articulation is okay. It's not the strongest from Animated, but it's certainly not the weakest from Animated by any stretch of the imagination. He was a fun bot. He still is a fun bot. Is he starting to kind of show his age a little bit? Yeah, I think so. Does that mean he's bad? Absolutely not. Animated Sentinel Prime was and still is a good bit of fun, if you ask me anyway. What do you think of Animated Sentinel Prime? I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, please and thank you. Stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, not for a day, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.